Hey guys, it's Ryan here with the Rize Blade bike. Just a quick review kind of thing. We're at 6,017 kilometers. I got the bike August 5th. I think it's January 7th or something, or 6th, I think. And I was down for about 4 weeks in total from a concussion and stuff. So we're getting the K up there. Everything has been great. There's just bearings a little loose here, like I've said in the previous video. Little play, it needs new sprockets. This is loose, so I should probably replace that whole system there, the wheel part, or freewheel, I guess it's called, or cassette. The tires are shot. Well, the back's not bad. I put the back to the front, front to the back, which you can tell is in the wear bars. So everything's been great. Not an issue with any electrical, the battery, nothing. And that's really hard to say for a lot of bike companies. With 6,000 K on a bike, and I've only put a chain on it. That is it, one chain. And you can see I do a lot of different style riding with a lot of snow even, and it's great in the snow. The brakes on these things, even the real hydraulic brakes, they're awesome. They can stop you like nothing. They'll stop. And even with my girlfriend on the back, because it has these pegs integrated with this, that's not part of it, and this bag's not part of it. But anyways, the brakes, like with her on it and myself, which is that 300-pound threshold, which it's rated for, you can honestly almost lock it up. And that's really nice, because a lot of these bikes, they say are disc brakes, and they're just like the cable style. You don't want that. Now the bearing being the only issue, and it's not even an issue, it's just wear and tear, and you're gonna get this with any type of bike. And like I've said in previous videos, like I owned the Spark Bikes blade, which is pretty much identical, except tubes are a bit thinner on that bike. These are thicker. The pegs are there and the frame's reinforced. This has cruise control. This has a big back rack that goes up or back here. It comes with it. These are a great deal. I think these bikes, the only I complained is these seats now. The Rize, or sorry, not Rize, Spark Bikes is a lot better. These tend to bottom out. And also, what was the other thing here? So this, like all this frame is thicker. The other, and the seats 3/4 of an inch narrower. They've done some improvements with it. And it's nice with these bikes too to get the fenders, because the metal fenders, well, first of all, if they don't come with fenders, you can spend $150 easy on fenders for your bike from the company that you purchase it from. But if you don't, then you got to try and go aftermarket or third party, and that could be a fitting nightmare to get them. And if you do get a bike and they don't have it, the fenders coming with it, get plastic ones if you're going to get them, because the metal ones, what they tend to do is they rattle, they crack, and they break. These plastic ones can take the abuse. They flex, they move, nothing really affects them. And as much as the bike doesn't look near as good, like it looks way better with the fenders off, you really kind of need it, especially in this kind of weather in the spring. So I took them off my last one. I ended up putting them back on like 2 weeks later, if that, because all the water comes up, or dirt sprays up in here, and your electrical is up there. But then also when it comes around this tire, it sprays right in the back, because these tires are so far out off the back, and then it just soaks you. And then the front one gets everywhere. So, it doesn't look as good, but they do the trick. Also, the forks, they're great for what I do. They lock out. You can have them on. You got your adjustment. Like these have cruise control on these bikes. And this is just the base model, 500 watt. And like I said, the other one with the Rize or Spark bikes I never had any issues with that one. The seat was more comfortable on the other one, I know that for sure. And the other one I sold at 5,800 kilometers. And then this one's at 6,000 now. So I'm hoping within the 12-month period to hit 14 or 15,000 kilometers if possible to see. So I do need tires and all that stuff, but other than that, the bikes are great, and they go through everything. They just keep going. I charge it 100% every time. I don't take it below 20. 14% was the lowest I've ever gone. Handful of times, if that. I just oil chain. I use light oil. Rev it down. I wash the bike down. Just things like that. And I bring the battery in to have it at room temperature, especially while charging. And then it's just better for it in general. The bikes though, like, they're really, really fun. They're like conversation piece as well. And they're versatile, like road riding, trail riding, double, like 2 people on it, just yourself. The options are pretty much endless. And if you want to upgrade your forks, like at least it comes with suspension forks, you want to upgrade it, go for it. That's how they keep the price down. Like you got good brakes, decent components, and they put that option of having that fork on there. If they didn't, it'd just be a solid fork, and people be complaining. People still complain about these forks not being. They want better. Well, you can spend $600, $1,500 on a fork for these bikes for the fat tire. So at the same time, if they upgraded that, you're gonna, that $2,000 Canadian bike just went up to minimum 2,600, if not $3,000. Well, that puts a lot of people where it's unaffordable. $2,000 mark is, it's out of reach for some people, but at the same time, it makes it a reachable thing, because it's hard to even buy a decent normal pedal bike for someone to have, for like $600, $700, $800. The battery after 6,000 K is still great. There's no depletion in it. It hasn't degraded. Same with my other bike. It never degraded at all, or basically nothing. I barely even notice, if anything. So during this review here, actually, if anyone, so I'm not affiliated or anything with Rize Bikes. I don't get paid, nothing. I know when I was looking for an e-bike, it was really hard to make a decision. And I ended up getting my other one used for really cheap off a guy who was leaving the country, so it worked out well. And there's a reason I went back to get this exact same bike. And the only reason it's not Spark Bikes is Walmart owned the name and they're getting sued or something like that. But I went back to this because it's tried, tested, and true. And like I said, this is base model. But it goes through a lot of stuff, as you can see in my other videos. So that all being said, I'm in talks with Rize. I was just talking to him last night about starting a promo code thing for subscribers and people. And if you do buy a bike, so the promo code hasn't started. They're working on it. They're coming up with some ideas how we can do this. It should be in the near future here sometime. And to get you guys a deal on bikes, so you get a certain percent off, and then I as well will get a certain amount from each bike if it goes through. If it all happens, to put towards my next bike for more videos or whatnot. So hit the subscribe and like button, and hopefully we can get all these things going. And another thing is, a girl, she makes hats, and she makes neck warmers and all that. So she hand makes all these The company is called the Swan and the Fox, and that's in Ontario, Canada here. These hats are awesome, and I'm not just saying that because nowhere. I'm saying that because a lot of these hats are bulky that you buy. This one is thin, but at the same time, you can wear it under your helmet and everything, but it's 2 layers. Just 1 second. So then the hat's out. It's kind of like, it looks like it's big, so it folds all up in. So it creates almost like an insulation there, but you can wear it on your helmet or anything, and it's not hot, and it's not like cold. Like, it always kind of keeps you comfortable. So go on, look up the fox and the swan and the fox. Sorry. So the swan and the fox. I'll put a thing in the video later, hopefully, with it. And she'll give you prices and deals. Like I said, she's she's a younger mother, and she just had a kid about a year ago, but this is her side business that she's doing to make extra money. So try to support if I can, and hopefully you guys can. But if you can hit that like and subscribe button, that'd be huge, and we can try and get these promo deals going. And these bikes are great, and try them out, and you'll see. And they stand by their product too. So hopefully you guys buy or subscribe, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Ride safe. Bye.